I seen Soul's tweet talking about our niggas getting lazy on this bitch. I don't know if we was gonna talk about that, but
Our
nah,
content creators getting lazy. Let's talk
yeah.
about it.
And I seen somebody talk about reactionary content or whatever. Man, can we talk about how like we just named like 3 different versions of content are way lazier than reactionary content? Like recycling content that you know is gonna work. That's up there. Fucking it, like I feel like creators, even you could even argue me. I'm not saying I'm not a creator. Like innovation maybe, but like laziness, nigga, just doing the same
I think
fucking list position by position to get 5 vids out. Like,
I ain't
nigga,
gonna lie.
you know what that is, bro.
Let's go ahead and get on it then. Podcasting is lazy. The
Podcast.
pivot into podcasting is a lazy cop out. Period. Is simple as
I
that.
can see it. I can see it.
I would say
It
so,
depends.
and reaction and live streaming, but I made a video on it. I don't think it's a problem though. I think it's smart.
Yeah, creators
not
should
a
take their
bad
time
thing.
back. Yeah, creators should
it's-
take their
it's not
time
a-
back.
It's not a
but-
bad thing, but obviously when you call someone lazy, that definitely has negative connotations. But
Do y'all
I
hear how
call
this
it
nigga just said it though?
efficiency.
Do y'all hear how he just said it? When you call somebody lazy,
Yeah, lazy is crazy. That's why.
No, regardless of what you say, lazy has a negative connotation.
no. But I'm just saying, why you put so much emphasis?
I was moving the mic. I was off center.
Nah,
Y'all look so cute today.
I think
What?
I can't love myself. Dang.
I think coming in just like, all right, man, we can't do this, or I can't post videos or something like that. I'm just gonna get on the mic and just start talking, especially when you don't have nothing to talk about, no substance, or it's just like literally just chatting about random stuff. What happens to all the coins that aren't collected on the ground? Like, what happens to that type of stuff? Like, what do you think they just dissolve into the earth? When you get on podcasts, they just start talking about that, or you go out there and just try to get as many clips as possible. Yo, bro, that shit is lazy to me. That shit is lazy to me.
I feel like personally it depends if you're pivoting from one thing to podcasting, or if you're just starting out with podcasting. Like if you have no content, that's would be my only thing saying like it's a difference between laziness and just you're podding, that's what you're doing. Guys that are genuinely out here, guys that have like this repertoire of streaming or a certain way of doing videos, if they just decide one day, man, you know what, I'm so busy or whatever the case may be, I'ma just, I don't know, sit in Discord for 5 hours and talk about nothing. That does feel a bit lazy. I don't know, but other guys that genuinely start off like the bottom of the bottom, you start off with podcasts and you come up with different ways to talk about what happens to all the pesos that aren't collected in the world versus all the coins in America that aren't collected in the world. If you genuinely start off like that, it is what it is, man. Yeah, you trying to create content how you know how to make it. It is what it is.
Man.
I think it's lazy relative to like what we're used to. Because again, what we're used to is like someone pre-planning videos, making a script, taking days to shoot, in some cases traveling. It's lazy compared to that, but I mean, we know the work that we do. It's not the hardest work. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's the hardest work. And again, there is a harder alternative, but it's not easy work as well. Like there's definitely a skill involved in having good conversation skills and being entertaining on stream. Not everyone can do what we do. So
yeah, I think, and this is ironic. We're talking about we were moving from the basketball side of things. I think people are confusing laziness with efficiency. Like if I saw the dude that I commented on. By the way, it's no disdain to that dude or any creator that y'all are trying to assume, and I'll in fact even go there. But like when we're talking about editing process being a factor in laziness or whatever, I'm like, that don't really make sense. Like by default, half these niggas got editors. So off rip, what are you talking about? Second, if they don't have editors, but you're just like, oh, the editing process, you want like, okay, so you want me to spend extra hours on editing on one video, but if I record enough content for 5 videos and still spend the hours on those said videos, I just made more vids. I didn't get lazier. I didn't use less time, but I just edited more videos. So I don't know. I feel like that's more efficient than it is lazy. Again, lazy to me is about the concept of the content you're making. So like relying on shit that you know is gonna work. Literally just sit like I make lazy content sometimes. So I like when motherfuckers are spamming YouTubers that they think I'm talking about. I make lazy content, nigga. I understand. Like sometimes I just sit back. I'd be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Today we reacting to memes, and I'm not giving a fuck about what's going on. Like, okay, like it is what it is. It's not an awful thing, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions on what laziness is. Personally,
I think that's like what Tevin said about what he said last podcast, where people just, well, essentially when we were talking about people jumping onto these trends but not adding anything constructive to it. So like that's part of the reason why I didn't do a video on like the Corey Kenshin and X, Y, and Z thing. I think everybody added good stuff to it, and what I would have added would have just been, yeah, and I agree, and I agree, and I agree, and I would have put Corey Kenshin in the thumbnail, and then it would have been like,
yo, that's
okay,
wild.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I would have put a face in the thumbnail. My face would have been, and Corey Kenshin, and it would have been. But that's not doing nothing for it. So I understand. No, actually, I don't understand both sides. Some niggas do lazy shit. I can recognize when niggas do lazy stuff, and some people definitely do lazy stuff.
Yeah, half these creators will go out here and this is truth. We'll say in 4K in the videos they talking like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just chilling this vid. Like this what we doing. Let's get into it. Fuck it. And that's cool. I think that's where shit goes wrong too. When a content creator is being lazy, I'm 100% with everybody here. I believe creators need their time back, bro. This upload every day to succeed shit is stupid. I've been saying that from the jump. And
is that a bad thing though, Omar? That they are being lazier.
Is it a bad thing?
Yeah, because again, with your connotation, the way you're talking about it right now, it definitely sounds negative.
Just don't be complacent.
So
I feel like it sets a bad precedent, and they also don't understand the long-term ramifications as to like what happens with them as a creator and then content creation as a whole in general. I feel like some people don't realize like, okay, this is probably a natural step, or this is a cool step for me to take. So therefore it's okay if I take this step and I can have some longevity here. But if like some people do it, it'll be like, okay, well, we don't really fuck with you because you did this. I wouldn't want to see a Mr. Beast podcast. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think that's his lane. And that would just be a cop out for you. Set the standard as what you was doing already. I wouldn't want to see like that type of content from you. So if you started making a Mr. Beast podcast, I would already know you're just trying to pull in as many views as possible. And then when people figure out like truly all you're passionate about is YouTube for real, niggas gonna stop watching. And it's like, all right, cool.
That's not true though. Like, I mean, what about if that's the pivot? Like, I don't know, for some guys, especially like a guy on a Mr. Beast level, I feel like at a certain point in time, there's only so many dealerships you can buy everything in and give for free. There's only so many islands you can fucking hand create and redo goddamn Squid Games 17 times in 17. There's only so many times you can do this shit. So at a certain point, there will be a pivot. And if his pivot is literally going to be, all right, I've done this, I've done that, I'm just going to podcast now and chill for a second. Cool, as long as it's entertaining, it can't be bullshit. And that's what I give credit to a lot of people that have transitioned into podcasting that generally have kept it entertaining. The Jake Pauls of the world, not gonna lie, not a bad podcast. That's an instance where someone pivoted into some shit different than their usual ordeal. Easily rode a wave. Seen it was during the podcast wave. Everybody was starting the podcast. His is actually good. It's not a bad podcast. Am I listening to it all the time? No, I might watch a clip or two. But he has a successful podcast. Other ones, niggas is trash. If you pivoting to a trash podcast, you're not really that much of a personality. Your stories ain't really like that. Your 2 cents on topics ain't really like that. Then yeah, you're just being lazy.
But I don't think that's Mr. Beast. That's what I'm saying. I think if Mr. Beast, if he did that, I don't think that it will come out to be good content. But like somebody said, it is subjective. That's my personal opinion.
It's definitely subjective. I'd say, like, for example, like, and I'll fuck it to make sure that nobody thinks I'm talking about nobody because I don't eat beef. Let's take, I'm gonna use myself here, and then I'll use like Souls and Sage, for example. Like, take what I was doing back then, editing Clipper rants and shit. Recording, y'all know my recording process. I told you niggas I record like 4 hours, and then editing takes a whole damn day. Would I be lazier? Was I like a hard worker back then? But then now when I'm streaming like 50 hours in 3 days, fucking uploading every single day, a short every other day, type shit. Am I lazier now? I would say that is far from the truth. I think I'm working harder than I've ever worked. Then simultaneously, you could look at Souls and Sage content, and I know Souls get this shit all the time, where, man, I ain't gonna lie, I used to like the scripts, bro, the scripts. But when me and Souls work the way it is, no cap, we finish in like what, 2 hours? Like we finish in like 2 hours, and then we got a team to handle all the shit. But as far as the channel is concerned, every day, some up every day. We sometimes we've been oversaturated. We've been like, fuck it, put a short and the fucking vid up, every fucking day. So I don't know about lazy. I don't know about lazy. I think people are just moving smarter because at the end of the day, y'all don't really give a fuck. And I'm saying y'all as in the viewers. I high key don't think y'all give a fuck as much as you say you do, because you still probably gonna watch the shit. You're gonna watch it, and then you're gonna want to watch someone else watch the shit, or you're gonna just prefer the personality that you want to hear from. To me, at least. I don't know.
I can self-admit that it is a lazier alternative. I just don't think it's bad, truly. Like, if you're still connecting with your audience, also with a lot of the things we're talking about, podcasting, live streaming, and reaction, it's just much easier to interact with your community as opposed to like, yo, I uploaded this 10-minute video, and the only interaction I can really have is just, I don't know, seeing a couple tweets about it, like and subscribe, seeing the comment section. Like, I can actually, bring up an MVP member right now and fucking talk to him and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I think conversations is just much more relatable again than I sold $100,000. I gave away $100,000.
I sold $100,000.
You know what I'm saying? That having these conversations about real life and more relatable stuff that happens every day is just much more relatable than, again, a lot of what we see on Mr. Beast and these crazy challenge videos. So, thanks for watching. Let's keep it a buck. If you like that clip, go ahead, check out this video right here on your screen, and we'll catch you on the next one.